Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Talitha Kume, and we are here live with another Wednesday night special, The Review, on this good Wednesday. Glad the rain stopped a little bit. We needed the rain though, you guys. We needed the rain, but I'm glad that it's not here anymore because it's so gloomy. Like I noticed like
Soto for like 3 days.
Yeah, I noticed like attitudes that are different when it's rainy. You know, when it's sunshiny, usually people are in a really good mood. They're pepped up. They're excited. But when it is raining, it's just gloomy, and people have I guess they feel like that's their reason, or that's their time to be mean or rude or have an attitude, or they're like super emotional or whatever it is. So anyway, so I'm glad that the rain stopped, but we did need the rain. So it rained for about 3 days, I think. About 3 days, on and off. Luckily, I didn't get my car washed. I need to wash it really, 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 really bad. But right when I was going to get it washed, it started sprinkling. So I'm like, okay then. So I guess I will wait to get the car washed. But anyway, we are here on this Wednesday talking about, we're talking about a lot because we tried to find a couple of movies that we wanted to talk about. We found a couple of movies, we watched them, but I just don't know how much we want to talk about them. And so first, we decided to watch Bobby's pick too. So let's say that, because he always says that I pick horrible movies. So his pick was Another Simple Favor.
You want me to get right into it, or are you just going to blast me all hard?
Well, I mean, I'm going to blast you because you blast me all the time. So, yeah, I'm blasting you. So, his pick was Another Simple Favor. I'm not sure if you guys remember the movie Simple Favor that was starring Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick. But this is like the sequel to that. I don't remember when was A Simple Favor out? When was it out? I feel like it was out years ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
But like it was out years ago, and so they came back with another movie, and I'll let Bobby tell you what he thought about the movie since it was his pick.
Well, I'll tell you what the critics have said first. Some of these critics have got me rolling. If you've seen the movie, you probably dig and understand and feel like them. What's that name? Fag?
Yeah, it looks like it's fake.
Fag directs the picture without much of a feeling for Capri, one of the most beautiful places on earth, but which here might as well been a studio backlot. In other words, he was saying they ain't shown none of the place where it was filmed. They just kind of let you know they were there, and this place was beautiful. They could have shown way more. It was
beautiful in the movie, so I'll give them that. The scenery, great scenery.
Mark Kermode said it's rubbish. Lightning didn't strike twice.
Okay.
Top critic. Kimber Myers, like a bottle of Prosecco gone flat. This Italian says sequel has lost all of its fizz. These people let them have it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go ahead and agree. Blake Lively couldn't save this with all her beautiful outfits.
And they were gorgeous.
Yeah, she had more outfit changes and name any sister who's done great things. Yeah.
I'm talking fly. You hear me?
And even her, she did some stuff in this movie that she stretched to me. You know, she really did good. And it didn't save it. Nah, it didn't save it.
Yeah,
I don't have much else to say. I don't want to.
Yeah, it was
nothing to talk about. Really.
Yeah, it was a miss for me. The first A Simple Favor came out in 2018, and if you are a fan of Anna Kendrick, which I was from Pitch Perfect, that's the first time. That's the first time I saw her in anything that I can really remember her face in, and so watching A Simple Favor, and then I'm a Blake Lively fan too. I felt like it was a pretty decent movie, a pretty good twist on it. And so coming back this next time, you would think that they kind of would have, I don't know if they would have done something different. They tried it. They had a great location, like Bobby said. The place was beautiful. Blake Lively's outfits were simply absolutely amazing. So if anything else, if you didn't get anything else from the movie, her outfits was what that was. But the movie, the plot and the twist was a little far-fetched to me. And the acting was good, though. The acting was good. But it's just that the plot, it was far-fetched and it was uncomfortable. Some parts was uncomfortable to watch because it's kind of like, did you guys really go there? Like, what in the hell? So it just really didn't make a whole lot of sense. And then I remember Bobby saying that it had been named as a comedy. So I was like, okay, how do you mix comedy and killing? Y'all know, if y'all have seen me on any of these podcasts, y'all know, or movie reviews, y'all know that I do not agree with trying to make killing funny. Like, there's it's difficult to do. Now we did with the Blackening rather, even though that was a horror story and it was about killing, it was interesting the way they made the rest of the story funny. So it didn't really focus on the killing, even though the killing was happening. So it's difficult to make fun of somebody dying, especially the way they're killed. Like if you're shooting somebody in the head, I can't see anything funny about that. Like I don't know how to make that funny. And so they build it as a comedy, and they tried to make it kind of as funny as the first one, kind of with the dark humor and everything, but it wasn't.
Pepper's silly. Stop it, man.
She just eats.
She wants to floss.
She eats.
I want to floss. I want to floss.
She eats whatever.
Where's she find
anything plastic, she's gonna eat it. Anyway, so so they tried to make it kind of comical, and it just really wasn't. So it lost to me. So if I had to give it a rating of 5 stars, I'm gonna give it a 2. I'm gonna give it a 2, and that 2 is generous, and that 2 is mainly because of Blake Lively's outfits. Pretty much.
Yeah, the 2 only goes to Blake Lively. Everybody else did good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about 88. And also those reviews that I spoke of a minute ago, they're all on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
So these reviews have also been posted on Rotten Tomatoes. 88 was a movie released in 2023. It's a mystery thriller. And it's
excuse us, y'all, because there's a plane going
a jet
by.
Flying over.
Yeah,
there's jets, and it's a lot.
A jet going by right now, and so it's pretty doggone loud. So I know that you probably can't hear Bobby at all.
Here, check out what they're saying about these. Before, this movie was a mystery thriller. All these reviews here, you can just swipe this way.
Oh, that way.
Yeah, you see everything. Come on. She ain't gonna get it. She's just hard-headed. Gosh,
man. We're locking you in the room next time, Pepper, when we do this. Because you're not.
No, don't try to duck your head.
No, you're not stealing.
You're gonna be on camera so everybody can see you in the shame.
Yeah, you're not stealing our spotlight.
Go ahead.
So anyway, so we were looking up the movie 88. So after watching Another Simple Favor, we were like, okay, we gotta watch another movie to redeem that movie because we really didn't want to talk about it. So we found another movie called 88 that I found on Prime, starring the cast and crew.
Yeah.
Starring, the main person was Brandon Victor Dixon, Natari Naughton, and Orlando Jones, and actually William Fichtner. Those were the people that I actually recognized. So it's starring Orlando Jones, and he, I believe he was the president or running for president. And then Natari Naughton and Brandon Victor Dixon Dixon was on his campaign, or like was a part of his campaign committee. And then Natari was his wife. And so we found that movie and decided to give that a watch, and was like, what in the entire, because we didn't even like, okay, what are we doing? What are we doing, Bobby? Like,
well, here's what we're doing. We're watching a movie about folklore and about people's ideas and what people think. You know, it's all art. So I mean, I was like, you know, it's cool that some of the stuff in the movie is. Come on, man. Come on.
Will you stop?
This is not play hour.
We're not playing. Go
ahead. Yeah, go on and back up. Yeah. The way she's kind of,
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the stuff in the movie was like, I know it's facts, but the bigger picture is who cares? It's like real life. Who really cares? Even if this stuff was true or not, or is true or not, who really cares? No one can. Because the people who really should care, or who have the space to care, are people who have the ability to do something different about it.
Okay.
That's it. Everybody else is just spectators watching people, eating a restaurant or something. Like walking by a window looking at people eating a restaurant. You're not getting to enjoy none of that spaghetti, dog. You're on the sidewalk. So it's like, keep watching it like a film, but we can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
No matter if we got 100 people together, we couldn't really. So, yeah, I don't know.
More jets. I was intrigued by the trailer, right? And so I watched it, and that's because I like movies because movies like this rather, because at one time, believe it or not, there are several things that I wanted to be, but one of them was a reporter. I really wanted to be a TV reporter. That's why I love podcasting and everything like that, and reporting on different things that are happening. But I realized a long time ago in that fight, because I love research, you guys. I love it. I'm a creative who likes details, which is really weird. But I found out, of course, by watching movies and then by watching the real news, that reporters are really just like snitches, tattletales, different people like that. Even though maybe they might be trying to right wrongs, that's what they are. And a lot of them don't live to tell about it. So that went my wanting to be a reporter career, like real quick. Like I'm not that person. I'm not, I care about the story, but I don't care about it that much to lose my life over it. And so I decided that wasn't going to be my field, and I was going to do something else. And so, but I like those type of movies. And so this movie was similar to that. It was about uncovering different things that were happening in politics, and possibly could be, a real story, real true of what's happening or what has happened in the past. We can't give you any more than that because there was a lot to unpack in this. So if you're interested in those type of movies like I am, it's a good watch. It was very interesting to watch it and to see the pieces unfold on how they found out what was going on with the main character of the movie. But like Bobby said, it's so much, because now in 2025, after the pandemic happened, we are seeing so much information come out. Like we're just inundated with information. Some of it we don't need, some of it we can use, some of it we can't. Like Bobby said, some of it there's not really a whole lot we can do about it because all the damage is already done. And so we just kind of have to live through it and fight through it. But it was interesting to watch, interesting to see.
It felt like a movie trying to be a movie a little bit.
A little bit.
Only because I've seen so many movies in the same kind of pocket. Like Enemy of the State and all these movies that kind of fall in the same kind of.
Yeah.
It was good though, and I believe Brandon Victor Dixon did a wonderful job.
Yeah.
He really made me feel, although he never smoked a cigarette, and that pissed me off. Yeah. That part made me mad because his shirt, his hair, everything about him the whole time looked like he would just have a cigarette.
Yes.
He would drive an old like station wagon with like the wood panel on the side.
Yeah.
He invited all that. Never lit the square but talked about it. So I kind of wish he did do that.
We didn't care. I didn't care if he
smoked. I did. I think it would have just made it just a tad bit more authentic, since it was already a movie that felt like it was trying to be a movie.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that is because of the score and because of the formatting that makes it seem like I've seen this. So I don't know.
Well, they are out today, y'all. Maybe they don't want us to talk about this because we have so much background noise. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it or not. Our other dog is barking super, just for no reason at all. Just barking. And then we've had at least 3 or 4 jet planes fly by. I don't even know.
You can't count. And also, let me correct her. I'm a creative that likes details. All creatives are into details.
No, I know that.
It's just
I,
you're into
I know that, but I have a
calendars.
I have a half and half brain. I really do, because a lot of creatives are just creative. Period. But I really like details and not numbers really, but logistics and stuff like. I just like that type of stuff.
Nice.
The stuff that makes sense to me. So it's not really a space to put it in. It's just it's just kind of it's there.
Right.
So I kind of like, I guess, facts. So facts and creativity at the same time. A lot of creatives don't really give a damn about facts and stuff like that. You guys make your own. You guys make your own stuff.
I want to review Chipotle the other day that we had for lunch and we split.
You want to review Chipotle? That's the only food you go? Okay.
Well, no, I want to talk about how trash this Chipotle was.
Okay. Because we typically...
It was during the day, first of all.
Yeah.
I ordered it, and I had to wait an additional 15 minutes for it. Like, after ordering it, you know? I get it, the chicken is old. So old, I couldn't tell if it was chicken or carnitas. And it was all salty. I ain't never had no salty Chipotle. It was garbage. So, also in Centennial, if you're at that Chipotle on North 5th, just make a U-turn.
And see, that doesn't make me feel good because...
Matter of fact, all those little restaurants...
Because we
Popeyes, the kids there, they suck.
We thought we were getting over it, you know what I'm saying, moving out here. It's a nicer neighborhood, I'll give you that. A lot of things kind of coming up, so maybe they'll start making some better restaurants. But we thought we were all right with a lot of places to choose from down there. But I'm going to go with, no, this is like the second or third
the first
place.
to be last. It's crazy just thinking about that. The only place that don't suck, for real, like, is McDonald's. Like, somehow they've been able to, like, bottle just a tad bit of, like, their nostalgic taste enough to make you like, oh, I'm gonna go here and get this, you know. And if you go in, it smells nostalgic, like a pancake with a crackhead.
But what's bad about that, because of a lot of stuff that we've learned about some of these food places, namely McDonald's, y'all hear that we're going back to McDonald's, which is a place that we stopped eating a long time ago. And now we're back because there's just not a lot of consistent food places that we can go and say, oh, I know I'm going to have the same taste, the same feeling, the same service at this place. It's always forever changing in this damn city. I don't know if it's in every city, so y'all can let us know if it's in every city.
Does Houston still have a Frenchie's?
But here, Frenchie's was terrible. But here, it's a mess. So with Chipotle, it was okay because it was just half and half. I think I had eaten already by the time Bobby came back to bring the food. While we had eaten the breakfast early that morning or something or whatever. So I would give that Chipotle two forks. Because I always like the guacamole.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them a 1 fork because I'd rather have had that guacamole thrown on the floor. And if Chipotle ever does that, like they always do when they do, I take a stack of napkins this fat every time. Hey, y'all are gonna hold me every time, dude. Yeah. So, yeah.
So let's talk about before we get out of here. Let's talk about our CVS visit.
No, it was Walgreens.
Because I don't know Walgreens. I'm sorry, our Walgreens visit. Did we talk about that last time?
I think we have anybody good to talk about.
Did we talk about that last time?
Yeah.
We already talked about the Walgreens and the lady that was trash?
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about that on the last one. I don't recall, Bobby, I don't know about having any good experience this past week. I can't think of any good service experience, especially phone calls, because I was trying to make phone calls to get our doctor's appointments scheduled.
Yeah, speaking of doctor's appointments, I heard that her doctor visit this week was extra ethnic.
Yeah, it was pretty.
They read her blood pressure on her forearm the whole time, so I guess they didn't have cuffs. I don't know. That's poor. And then the music was loud.
Yeah, the music was loud, but it for me.
Yeah.
The music choice, I was like, I felt bad because I'm like, dang, this is just extra ethnic to come in here and it sound like a club. But it was the music that I liked, so I didn't mind it.
Maybe everybody trying to find ways to make people comfortable about the doctor.
And so, I went in and got seen. I got seen right away, as far as going back to the back. You know how they try and make you feel all special, and then, oh, your appointment's at 1:30, so you go right back there to get seen, but then you had to sit in the room for another 30, 40, 50 minutes, so I was in there for about an hour. But found out, again, you guys, that I have high blood pressure. Pray for me, y'all. Pray for me, just because I don't necessarily like the medication. That's the part that I don't like. I don't like the medication, and I had tried to kind of lower my BP naturally, and I was doing really well for about a year or so, but I've fallen off, and so although I'm losing weight, I'm still, my blood pressure is rising, and it was at a very, very, very unhealthy level that could have sent me to the ER, like Bobby was the other day. And so I have to get that. I know it wasn't, but you were still at the ER. So I'm saying I would have been at the ER like you were the last time. So you guys keep me in your prayers, so we can, and Bobby too, so we can just kind of figure out what's going on with him, and so I can really get on a regimen to keep my blood pressure down. But I will say that the bedside manner of the doctor, even though, you know, the music and all the kind of stuff, whatever, was kind of club doctor, she was really cool, very honest and open. Like, really, like, Miss Burris, you finna have to get on these blood pressure medicines, and I'm not finna send you out here without this medication because your blood pressure is too high. Yeah. And then I need you to do this, schedule an appointment for this, and then come back in 2 weeks. We're going to figure this out. We're going to work this out, and we're going to make sure that you can get your blood pressure down. So I appreciated her for that. A black doctor that I found through the Urban Chamber of Commerce, because I wanted.
That's actually really dope.
I wanted a black doctor, and I wanted a black female doctor.
So your experience was good.
Yeah, so mine was pretty okay. It was pretty okay, even though, like I said, the music, but because I'm a music connoisseur, we was in there listening to Poison and the Tamia Lion Dance and everything. We was in there just gigging.
Oh, that's cool.
Just grooving. So it was cool. So I guess I could say that experience was not bad for me. It wasn't bad customer service. The receptionist was pretty cool. And he helped me fill out all that damn paperwork that I had to fill out, that you have to fill out when you go to the doctor. And so that was my highlight. That was pretty all right.
I want to shout out Bridge for being amazing and doing this thing, man, and getting all the groups together and all the different artists and models, designers, and doing that great thing at Container Park.
So that's your Who of the Week?
That is my local hero, unspoken hero.
Okay, and his name is what?
Bridge.
All right. What organization is he with?
Bite Size.
Okay.
Multimedia?
I think so. Bite Size Multimedia, or Bite Size Media Group, or something. Might be.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Bite Size is amazing.
Okay. So you just want to shout him out?
Yeah.
For what he does in the community?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say so too.
Absolutely. He's a righteous dude.
Yep. Cool. I want to talk about something that's in the news right now. I've been doing some more research. I have to finish research. I told you guys I was going to get back to you on this Carmelo Anthony information about the little boy that the little black boy, 17-year-old, that stabbed.
Ain't that a basketball player?
Carmelo Anthony, and I feel like his name is the same. I feel like his name, because when I was trying to look him up, I'm like, is his name something else? And then I was like, let me try Carmelo Anthony, and sure enough, his name pulled up. So I believe that's his name. I'm not sure if that's his full name or that's like his surname, and then he has another last name. I'm not sure, but anyway, found out after some investigating. They're still doing a lot of investigating, you guys, and so we just don't know. Like with the plethora, like I said, of inundated news, we don't know what's real and what's not real. So sometimes we kind of have to fact check, and then sometimes we can't give you real news because we just don't know. So allegedly, he killed the young gentleman. We talked about that, and he went to jail, and then he ended up getting a GoFundMe. So he had a GoFundMe, and I believe the other gentleman, Austin Metcalf, the white twin, he had a GoFundMe. And so Carmelo's sentence got reduced, or his bond got reduced, I'm sorry, and he was able to get out on bond from what I know. And now I saw something that said he's going to be able to graduate or walk the stage as in graduation. So I'm not sure how true that is either, but I did see that. And word on the street now is that he had been bullied by these two twins. He had been bullied by these two twins more times than the time that happened when he actually unalived. I don't like that. Well, he actually murdered, because that's what he did. He killed. He killed, you know, the white twin, and it's saying that it was in self-defense. They're saying it was self-defense, and he was being bullied by them. They put their hands on him and all this, and so he was kind of, you know, defending himself he grabbed the knife, and he, you know, and stabbed the young white guy. So I don't want to talk a lot about it because I just don't know, but I just want to let you guys know that they're pitting us against one another. They're pitting us against one another. And that's all it is, you guys. Don't give into it. Don't give into it. When you see some of that stuff happening, walk the other way, man. Walk the other way. Tell somebody that you trust that might be able to do something about it. If you're experiencing any type of racism, I'm talking to the young kids now. If you're experiencing any type of racism or anything like that, tell somebody. Tell somebody about it. Don't keep it to yourself. Don't take matters into your own hands, because although somebody is saying something to you with words, or, you know, they may be pushing you around or something like that, it's different from not being alive anymore. It's different from not being alive anymore. And so when we let things escalate to that point, I think it's sad. It's really sad, because that family, you know, lost someone. Even though he may have been, you know, a bully, and he might have been able to turn his life around, but we won't know now because he's no longer here.
Right.
And so I wanted to talk about that briefly. And then my last thing is, saw something on Instagram that I wanted to talk about, and it was talking about, and I don't know if this is true either, you guys. I tried to do research. Snopes said that they don't know if it's true or not, but sometimes I don't believe Snopes either.
What is that?
It's like a site that kind of tells you if a news is fake, if it's fake news or not. And so apparently there are some cases.
Who reviewing Snopes?
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently there are some cases in Atlanta and now Florida where they're saying that indeed job applicants are applying for different jobs, and then they're getting a call back or an email or whatever for an interview, and then they're going to these interviews and then they're coming up missing.
Yep.
They're coming up missing. So I don't know how true that is, you guys, but if that is true.
Anybody check into the who's coming up missing?
Don't
and
know.
what their backgrounds are and stuff like that?
Don't know. Don't
so
know.
They just know that part of the story.
Yeah, they just know that they're coming up missing. So I don't know, but at the end of the day, that's horrible, man. It's horrible news. Somebody trying to look for a job to better themselves or take care of their family or themselves or whatever, you know, going to a place thinking that, oh, you know, about to go to this job interview, and it becomes unsafe, and they're taken or, you know, killed, or, you know, if that is horrible to think about, and it's super scary. And that's why a lot of people are now, you know, maybe not working or choosing work from home job and different things like that, because they're fearful, man. They're scared. They're scared of all these scams. They're scared of all these people that are meaning us harm, you know, for no reason. Like, it's just getting more and more evil. So we actually are going to try. What I would love to do, Bobby, is I want to try and find movies that are uplifting. So we're going to try really hard, y'all. It's been very difficult. No. I know. No, it's not. Shut up. It is not. Shut up. It is not. So I usually try to pick stuff with meanings that would so we can have topics to talk about. But
it's the same thing though.
But
I feel like it's the same kind of.
It's not always, because I love rom-coms. I love romantic movies, but Bobby doesn't like them. So it's hard for us to choose or settle on a movie. But I'm going to try and find for the next month, this whole month.
What do you mean? I love Rocky. What the hell are you talking about? I don't love romantic movies.
Anyway, this month, we're going to try and find some uplifting movies so we can talk about some things that are encouraging. I know that there are still movies out there about encouraging stuff, even if something happens tragic in the movie. but the movie itself is encouraging and uplifting because we need some uplifting, encouraging news. I'm even going to try and find some new stuff that's encouraging and uplifting, hopefully, you guys, to give us some sense of something, y'all. So you got anything else to add before we get out of here?
Nah.
Nothing at all? Not one thing?
Nothing I think of.
You guys stay tuned in because we're going to be announcing an upcoming partnership that we have going on where we're going to be hosting a few panel discussions. And so stay tuned in for that information. Once we get it, we'll let you guys know. And then also you guys know that I am working with the Miss Juneteenth pageant that's coming up in June, June the 8th. And so I might be back in the studio. So I'm excited about going.
Studio.
I'm excited about going back into the studio and highlighting these wonderful young delegates that we have for this 2025 year. So if that is all from Bobby, as you can hear our puppy just making noise for no. Yeah, she's not going to be in here next week, Bobby. And I mean that. So you guys, we will see you guys later. Be safe, be good.